Emotional disconnection is something that, in a state of misery, can be something very enticing. It can it can make you think that it's a very good trade-off not to feel pain anymore. But as time goes on, uh, at least from my own experience, I came to realize that this is not the way. Disconnecting from your emotions is a trade-off because you get rid of the pain, or at least numb it enough so that you can exist, I guess. But also you get rid of all the joy in life. You get rid of everything that's beautiful. The love, the the friendships, the relationships in general. Everything that is good in your life also gets numbed to a point where you don't feel it. And it's hard to adjust. It's hard it's easy to disconnect, but it's really hard. It's challenging to reconnect back to it. But during last year's Advent, I came to realize that life is not just about existing, and life is not just about being. It's about living your life to the fullest, and not even in the modern sense of partying, of drinking, binge watching, or whatever. It's about living life with contentment, living life with a purpose. So that's what I'm trying to achieve. I'm trying to achieve purpose, and this is one of them. Yes, I'm a believer, and I said Advent for a reason. I used to be a lukewarm Christian as well, but you know, there were certain things, certain events that got me in like my lowest mental state that I've probably ever been in. And I managed to basically jump out of it, which is refreshing. And and earlier today when I listened to a song, to a certain song that evokes not memories, feelings in me, feelings of hmm. It's a piece that really moves me, and the fact that when I listened to it earlier today, I felt like crying. I didn't really cry, but I felt the tears kind of coming up to my eyes. And when I realized that, when I stopped listening to that track, but still I felt that feeling of being moved by something, I felt like crying, which really kind of, for me at least, is an indicator that you're alive and you feel things. Things they touch you. Not even your flesh, they touch your soul, they touch your heart and mind. And I find that really beautiful. So if you are emotionally disconnected or are trying to emotionally disconnect, don't forget that the good things are there. The good things are making you, even if not happier, then less miserable. And the bad things, you just need to turn them into a lesson. I feel like I've done something horrible. But at first I believed that God has forgiven me. And then I came to the belief that I can forgive myself for that. And it's not even about justifying why I did that, but rather accepting that what I did is a horrible thing, and maybe try to repay for it, you know. But more in a way that in a more of a way that turns it into a lesson and not into something that defines you as a person. Like if you've done something bad, that does not make you inherently bad. it just means that you've made a mistake. Whether you wanted to do that or not, you've made a mistake, and you can always repent. You can always admit to making a mistake. You can not even, you can't always undo bad things, but you can always, in a way, at least apologize and maybe repay. At the very least for yourself. Because if you cannot just keep, you can't just keep blaming yourself for everything. I used to blame myself for everything, and it was miserable. I was indeed just mere existence, and not life. And I learned to feel again, because I learned to love myself again. And the most important thing is, just loving God isn't really the thing, because it can turn you into a lukewarm Christian if you don't go anywhere with it. You also need to realize that almost right after the love for God comes love for yourself. You need to learn to love yourself, not in a prideful way, but life is a gift from God, and you are His creation. You need to realize that, and you need to love His creation, and you are His creation, and He loves you. Therefore, you inherently deserve to be loved, also by yourself. And once again, love is about wishing the best for those people. Is what love is. And if you don't love yourself, you feel like you don't deserve what's best for you. And that's bad. That's horrible. You need to believe that you deserve the best. And you need to want to provide the best for yourself. And I feel like that after you learn to love God and then yourself, then you can learn to love others. Because you know what's going to be beneficial for you and what's not going to be beneficial for you. What type of love, who, anything. So that's also important. You will also know how to love, how to wish the best, in a way that's not invasive, not for you, not for God, not for the person that you love. Learn to love yourself. And try not to stay in the past too much. It can be, sometimes it can be, comfort. I guess you can stay comfortable for just a second, but not for too long. This is a thing that I made up when I was deeply miserable after that thing I did. It's a topic for another story, but I made that up, and it in a way is something that reminds me of the fact that I actually dwelled in the past, and dwelling in the past is not the best for you. Dwelling in the past is remembering all those bad things that happened to you or that you have done. And therefore, dwelling in the past is not even a nuisance, it's dangerous. It makes you forget all the beauty in life. Makes you remember all the bad things. Makes life excruciating at times. And that's exactly why you need to reconnect to what's now. You need to reconnect to your emotions and yourself. control them. You cannot let them get into you as well. But you really want to reconnect your emotions in a matter that you can control. But nonetheless, reconnect with the right now. Reconnect with yourself and not your past.